Oh, recording started. Look at that. Let's go. I thought we already were recording.
No, we are now though.
All
We
right,
are
good to
now though.
know. I will fucking
Yeah.
figure this shit out. That's fun though.
So everybody's listening to the first Bubba and Amy podcast.
Oh, excuse me. No. Amy and Bubba. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Age
Get
before
that shit
wisdom. I get
straight
it.
right out the gate, motherfucker.
Age before wisdom. I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Age of beauty.
this is the very first one. So show us a little grace. This is my big sister Amy. I'm her little brother Bubba, even though I'm much larger than she is. And she's
That is true.
far, far older than I am.
Motherfucker.
Old enough to have different childhoods.
Completely different childhoods. Yeah. Grew up in the same house, same parents, but have completely different experience.
Yeah. So that's it. We're both middle age, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you're advanced middle age.
Jeez. Are we gonna tell people how old we are? Or are we gonna let them
Fuck
guess?
no, man.
Okay. All right.
That's like when we went to Nashville and the fucking what is it? The singer bar girl thought I was like 30, 32, 33.
Yeah,
Like,
well, she wasn't wearing glasses.
It was dark. I was far away.
Mhm.
I'll take that all day.
Yeah, I was actually blown away by that. I was
Why?
like, what the how do you see that shit? I look at you, I just see like, I don't know. You're getting old, dude.
It's only because I have daughters. Gray in my right there.
Oh yeah, just wait till they're all teenagers. Then you're screwed. You'll go gray overnight.
Yeah, I have no doubt. I thoroughly expect that. Another thing about my sister and I is we have a lot of kids, right? Like that we talk about, or we hope to talk about, like just normal life. We're gonna have some Amy.
How many do we have between us?
I have 5.
I have 6.
So 11.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's a lot of kids. And ages. I mean, your youngest is 3.
Correct.
My oldest is 30. 1.
Like I said, there's an age gap between us.
He's either 30 or 31, but
No. Hey, listen, I have a lot of kids and I always look like a piece of shit because when they're like, so what's your kid's social security number and date of birth? I'm like, which one is it?
It's a lot of numbers. It's a lot of numbers.
I have a little file on Dropbox that has everybody.
No, it's a lot of numbers. My grown nephew lives with us, and unfortunately, he had a seizure, and we called 911. And when the paramedics came, they were looking at me like they assumed I was mom, and they were like, "What's his date of birth?" And I was like, "Oh, I know it's August." And they were just looked at me like I failed, and I was like, "You don't understand. He's my nephew, and I've got 6 other ones to try to keep up with this shit."
Oh man, I get that. I get that so much, like in my soul. I get judged so fucking hard because I'm a stay-at-home dad for the most part.
Right.
You're a stay-at-home mom for the most part. So it's very weird, and we have different perspectives on that. That's for sure. But as a dad, like it's so common for like women and like I'm going to the foot doctor when I took my 2 of my youngest to the foot doctor to have warts cut out, running around like savages.
Which was fun for you, right?
Yeah. Oh, that was great. They're like, what, okay, date of birth and all that. I got the 1 down because it was just coming up, right? He just went from 4 to 5. And I go to my daughter and I'm like, oh, it's in September. Hold on. A lot of birthdays in September. Give me 1 second.
Yep.
And I could just feel her judging me. He's like, oh, you stupid man, you horrible. And it's like, bitch, please. You probably got 1 kid and he's probably a shithead.
Yeah. Well, at least you don't have the problem of because you're homeschooling all of yours and you're all at elementary age, pretty much, except for the 2 littlest ones. You come to a point when they're in public school, you got to keep up with teacher names. So, like, you get a phone call, somebody's sick, you show up to the office. Well, what class are they in? You go, fuck.
I did get out of that.
She's in 2nd grade.
How many 2nd grade classes are here? That was easier for us because we only did public school for that like half a year, right?
Yeah.
Before then, we did private Catholic school. We're not Catholic, but we did private Catholic school until they changed their focus. And then we did another private Christian school for a while, and both those were small. Although I do have the distinction of yelling at nuns. I don't know if
Fits.
that's yeah.
Fits. I'm not surprised.
It didn't go. Wasn't my best day. But in my defense, they had it coming.
Probably wasn't their best day either.
No. I don't think they expected the attitude. You know what I mean? And it just escalated from there. It's like, I'm not Catholic, lady. Like, I'm cool. You're a teacher. Stop.
I wonder what it's like to be a nun. Kind of makes me want to put on a uniform, like one of their outfits, and opposite end of Halloween year, and just wear it around. Like go down to like downtown Nashville and wear it down Broad Street and see how everybody responds.
I think you'd get a lot of respect. I
Really?
mean, yes. I think you'd get a ton of respect. Again, I'm not Catholic. We went to Catholic school because the particular school we sent them to had a very good science program, which is something to say. But they really did at the time. And one thing I noticed, and even I found myself doing this, which is weird for me because I'm not one to respect people easily. You do. I mean, you get that they've devoted their life to something, and I respect that, and they're doing their best to go in that direction. You know what I mean? Like that's anyone who does that. That's an admirable thing to me. And they're generally not all the time, but generally they're sweethearts. Like now priests freak me right out. Like that. I haven't met a priest that I was like, I met a what was he? He's an Orthodox priest. Cool dude. Very normal guy. The Catholic priests I met were like, stay over there.
Yeah, I've heard about the Catholic priests too.
Yeah. Yeah. Stay over there. Stay over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure you were an Eagle Scout there, father. Air quotes. Let's keep your scouting days. And you know what? Just don't. And that was a good thing that the school, and I learned the difference. Well, I said I yelled at nuns. I didn't yell at nuns. I yelled at sisters. The ones who are like out in the public doing work are called sisters, and nuns are like cloistered away and they're away from the public.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was cool. I mean, that was all interesting.
I just pictured myself, man. What's up, sister?
Some of them are pretty cool, man. Like, so where my kids were, they had these sisters from New Zealand, and they were awesome. They were hilarious. Oh my God, they were hilarious. The head mother lady, she was great. She was awesome, and they changed her out and changed over staff, and I guess like the whole, however that organization works, the diocese, like they were changing people out. I did not like at all the new people came in, and that's when the yelling came in. So
yeah, that's not fun.
Yeah, I mean, we pulled the kids out of school. Like it was what it was. But yeah. So no, I have not had that. The schools I've gone to, other than even the public school here we went to, is pretty small. So yeah, I haven't had to have that shame of not knowing
I
who the teacher.
I have. I remember for a few years there, I had kids in elementary school, middle school, and high school all at the same time. So I had 3 different schools to keep up with, and they were all in sport programs, and then doing sports on the weekends because Mike had, to coach them. And Lord have mercy, like it was wild, and it was hard to keep up with all of it.
Yeah,
all the days, all the people, all the names.
It's a lot of stress. It's a lot of weight. It's a lot of weight.
It is. You're in survival mode. You don't really know it.
Yeah, you don't even know.
You're trying to do a good job, and you feel like a failure if you do forget one of those things.
Oh yeah.
And I was sort of an overachiever. I'm like going for that Mom of the Year award that I'm never going to get, but I'm still shooting for. So
I think you're an overachiever in selective categories.
Dude, I just showed up 30 minutes early at the car line yesterday to pick up my kid on the first day of school.
Yeah, and selective.
I was like,
not saying you're a great mom. It's just other things.
When the mood fits. Other things like what?
I don't know. Like, what's the other 70% of your life like?
70. My kids are the 70% of my life.
30%.
Shit, I don't know. Somebody asked me the other day, like, what do you want to do for fun? And I was like, is this a trick question?
Yeah,
like I got stumped. I feel like they stumped me. They're like, well, what matters to you? And I'm like, my family. They're like, besides that, I'm like, again, are you trying to trick me right now? I don't know a life other than my family just comes first. It's just how it is. My kids, my grandkids. Yes, I'm a stay-at-home mom, but I'm actually an on-call grandma and an on-call assistant to anybody in my family that needs me.
Yeah, you're a granny.
Bitch, I'm a Mimi. I'm a Mimi.
Grandma.
I'm a Mimi. I've got 3 beautiful grandkids. They are 7, 5, and the little one just turned 1, and she is precious. So I'm living my best life. But I also have a 10-year-old. So, but again, all the 3
Right.
grandkids belong to the 30-year-old. So it's his,
Spread
hers, and ours. And we're, what do you call them? A modern family.
a modern family.
Just nobody's
Yeah.
come out yet. I'm still
Give it time.
hopeful. I'm still hopeful.
Give it time.
I thought it was going to be you, damn it. You let me down.
Yeah, the 5 kids was the hint of that.
I know. Yeah. You just kept proving me wrong over and over again.
You hold on to that faith there.
You know.
See how it plays out for you. Yeah, no, I get the stress, and the stress is a good way to segue, I think, into like I kind of had a midlife crisis
Yeah.
in a weird way. Like my wife got sick, kidney issues, and we have a lot of kids, and our life is stressful to the
Yes, it
max.
is. Yes, it is.
And there's underlying, things I can't talk about because of reasons. And it all kind of culminated around my 42nd birthday, which I realized in hindsight was pivotal to me for several reasons, right? A huge chunk of the reason we had vastly different childhoods.
Yeah.
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 And so then I started having that break, and I went about 14 days without eating, just trying to push through. And then I had to go to my wife, like breaking down, like something's not right with me. Something's not okay. And I just started talking, and it all started coming out, and I started feeling better. And I just kept talking, and things kept feeling better. And I talked to one of my buddies, and things kept feeling better. And I was like, all right, I told you, you know.
Yeah.
And I was like, things are going good. The problem is, perfect storm. I had been under a tremendous amount of stress. It had affected my immune system. I'm not somebody who's like allergic to anything. I don't get, I say that. That's not true anymore.
Yeah. As
I
you've
got,
discovered. Yeah.
I am now. So I had a rash, like poison ivy oak ash thing on my legs because I was putting together a chicken coop and things like that. Just doing dad things, right? Just trying to push through all this white knuckle dad things.
Yeah.
On a host of other things too. Like there's so much more. It's just not pertinent. This is an abbreviated version. Cliff notes only.
I mean, because life is complicated. There's like too much.
Yeah,
It's literally too much to sit and explain everything that brings it together. Everything
yeah,
that makes it collapse there's too much.
yes, but it's good, I think, to reference so people, every people are going through things. I think it's with men especially. We're not one to talk about it out loud. We just suffer in silence.
Yeah, you're being
yeah,
tough. Yeah.
yeah. You're trying to, right? You're trying to hold everything together.
Especially our generation and back because
Yes.
we weren't allowed to, or you guys weren't
No.
allowed.
Don't.
Yeah.
Don't. Keep it together. Keep it together. Focus. Move forward. So I had all that going on, and I got the rash, and I was feeling better. I was on the mend, and the rash was really itchy on my legs, right? And my wife and her statistician's like, you should just go to a little doc in the box, one of those little minute clinic, whatever. Go in, and I was like, yeah, I'll just get like a steroid prescription. Whatever, something like that to make it go away. And I've only ever had the little steroid packs, right?
Yeah, a little 7-day.
Yeah,
Take one in the morning, take one at night. Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
That's
Breakfast
all.
and lunch or something like that. Yeah.
And to be fair, those things always kind of made me grind my teeth. Like I didn't sleep well. I had a lot of energy. And so I go and I talk to this lady who's granted very young, very flustered, nurse practitioner at the thing. I'm just like, all right, well, this isn't that complicated, whatever. And she gives me 40 ml. She gives me like a very large, very long prescription of prednisone. And it started at 40 milligrams a day.
Which is a big boy dose.
Which is a big boy
dose. Yeah.
And I found out relatively quickly that I am not someone who should take that. I lost my fucking mind. I lost my mind. The first day, I was wired. Wired. I was grinding my teeth, like quite literally just standing there grinding my teeth, trying to work in my garden. I couldn't think. I couldn't focus. my heart rate was like 120 beats a minute. Just laying in bed.
That's
Was
crazy.
120 beats a minute.
That's scary too.
Oh yeah, it's scaring the shit out
Yeah.
of me, which didn't make anything any better.
Yeah.
If I didn't Google anything the first day, right? Because I was still coming out of stuff, and prednisone, one of the side effects, it has mental side effects, has psychological side effects, pretty serious ones.
Which you're already on a line there, bud.
At the best of times, you know what I mean? And this was not the best of times. This was not the best of times. And so the first day goes down. I didn't sleep that night. It's like, okay, well, I'll sleep the second night. And so I did extra things. And this is when, like, I have never experienced a racing thought. I've heard that from people, right?
Yeah.
I've heard about anxiety and things like that. Never experienced it. Like, it's just, I've always been the guy to tell someone, like, fucking pull it together, bitch. You know what I mean? Like, come on. Yeah, fucking life's pain. Move forward.
Yeah. No, I know. I've heard your advice.
Yeah, that's my standard advice. Yeah, that's it. Always has been. Move forward. Until now.
Yeah.
So day 2 was rough. And I didn't sleep the second day. Second night, didn't sleep. Third night. At this point, I think I might actually be going crazy. Like I don't know what to do. I don't want to talk to my wife about this.
Oh my God, just lack of sleep alone is like,
it affects your judgment. It affects everything.
Yeah.
It affects everything. Psychologically, it's extremely bad for you. And so I didn't want to talk to her. I didn't want to talk to anyone about this because I was like, I'm going to end up in a fucking mental institution. You know what I mean? Like I'm losing it here. I cannot control the thoughts in my mind. I can't control anything, right? All I can do, like at this point, like I think it was like the third night, I went out in the yard and I grabbed my kettlebell.
Oh my goodness.
A 30-pound kettlebell, and I just I'm going to exhaust myself to sleep. That's what I'm going to do.
How late at night? Was this middle of the night?
2 in the morning. Like 2 in the morning.
Oh man, after you'd already been trying.
Yeah. So it's like, it's it. Like I'm going to collapse. Like this is the goal. Like I don't care if I pass out in the fucking yard. You know what I mean? I'm going to sleep. And so I'm swinging that. Nothing's happening. And I have a bigger one. So I grab the 60 and I'm like, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's just focus. And I come to a point. I'm spent. I'm done. I've seen the local PD drive by the house a couple times, and I'm like,
we got a live one, boys.
I have enough in my mind. Well, the thing is, I'm also a very large guy, so I'm sure that cop's like, that's suspicious, and then he sees me and like, fuck, I don't want to deal with it.
Yeah. Let's just see if he leaves his yard.
Maybe it's his yard. Yeah. He'll go back inside. Yeah. And I had enough wherewithal after like the second pass. To like, I should go inside. Like if he starts a conversation, I'm gonna sound nuts because I sound nuts to me. And so I go inside again. I'm laying in bed trying to rest. My heart rate's like 150. And then I just start crying. Like I can't stop. And then at some point on the third night, I pass out. So maybe it did work. You know what I mean? And so I probably got 3 hours sleep, and I never got more for the rest of like 8 days or whatever. I was on this drug because I stopped it early. I went to another medical professional, a real one. I don't know. Maybe that's not fair. It's a shot at that chick, but whatever. I went to what I would consider a very real medical professional.
Maybe someone with more experience.
A shitload more experience.
Yeah.
And whatever, yes. And I'm talking to her and we're going through everything. And like when I walked into her office, luckily my wife and I had already had this medical appointment set up because we're switching over to a new doctor who's more like I don't want to say holistic, but like they take the whole body in. Like, what are your hormone levels? What are you eating? What's your exercise routine? Are you using seed oils? Like, maybe you don't need this medication. Maybe you just need vitamin A, like
trying to fix the cause and not just the problem.
Yeah, not just throw prescriptions at you and things like that. I'm just, I'm not about that, especially now. So the good news was, like, on that day 3, I and it's foggy for me. It genuinely is. I believe it was my wife who suggested maybe we should go because and I told her, like, I'm not feeling right. Things are wrong. I'm not telling her the depths of what's going on. And we Google it, and like the first thing that pops up is like prednisone warriors and like Reddit, right? And it's
Yeah.
all these people who are having psychological, like, I can't sleep. I feel like I'm going nuts. I can't. My mind is having racing thoughts. What? This isn't me. What's going on? And I was just overwhelmed with emotion, which again isn't a very me thing.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, like, when you first, mentioned that part of what was happening was a reaction to the steroid dosage, like, I've never heard of that before. Until
No,
this has happened to you, that's not something that's never affected me that way, not anybody in my lives. I really had never heard of that before, so after that first conversation I had with you, I mean,
mhm.
I mean, don't you're fucking you got a big head, don't take this too bad, but, like, you're one of the smartest people I know. So when you tell me this, I'm like, "Okay, he's not stupid, so what the fuck is this with steroids?" And so we hang up and I'm, like, Googling, like, "Holy shit. Holy
Holy shit.
shit." Like, that it's one of those things that you should have been made aware of before you put it in your body.
There's questions that should have been asked before given to me. Are you under a lot of stress in your life? How are you doing right now psychologically before we give you this
Yeah,
drug?
make sure you're a good candidate in the first place. Yeah.
Yeah, because there's a host of other shit they could have done. A host of other shit they could have done. And not only that, where was the pharmacist who was filling this out, who didn't say shit? Didn't say a word, right? Like, I didn't even speak to the pharmacist. Like, would you like to speak to the pharmacist? Like, well, I
You
mean, I
think
don't know
part of
anything.
you talk about because you are a big dude, you're super tall, I mean, you're just a really big guy, like,
Yeah.
you think part of it is these people are looking at you like, "Ah, he's fine, he can take that."
I don't, I mean, maybe. I don't think so. I think that when you go and the more research I've done into it, that's anything from, like, honestly, 1 milligram to 80 milligrams would be considered a very normal dose just to give someone. Like, it's 40 they consider big, but there are people who lose their shit on 10. And
Mm.
as someone who went from, I only did 4 days at 40, and then I did 2 days at 20, and then I did 1 day at 10 and 1 day at 5. And the hope was I wouldn't, because I hadn't been on it very long. I think I may be missing some days in there, but I hadn't been on it super long, so I shouldn't have any like long-term side effects of any kind. But my health provider, being, and I'm very thankful for her, she was like, "You seem that you're having a very sensitive reaction to this." She's like, "Everything could go away as soon as the medicine's done." She's like, "Or things could happen. Here's the things that can happen." And she's like, XYZ. And I'm like, I didn't even read that. That hasn't been anything ever. But at the time, obviously, my mind isn't right. I'm not doing what I would normally do when I would look into something. And it I felt really bad too. Like, when I went in and sat down at her desk, like, we're doing all the works and stuff, and I tell her what's going on. She's like, "Well, first things first, we're not doing blood work anytime soon, or any of the other analysis we want set up for you, because your system's out of whack. It's going to be out of whack."
Yeah.
And she made me feel the best of anyone, because she sat me down, and it's someone that, I mean, obviously I'm in a vulnerable state, and she's like, "Listen, this isn't you. This is a drug. This is a very well-known side effect. Somebody should have told you that this was a possibility. I'm sorry that they
Yeah.
didn't. It's going to pass." She's like, "But you have to be prepared that it may not pass as quickly as you like. It can last 8 weeks." And at that moment, I'm like,
God, 8 weeks of hell.
I can't. I told her, I was like,
Yeah.
I can't. And I'm getting a little teary eyed now. I was like, I can't do 8 weeks of this. I was like, I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to make it. And she's like, "You can make it. You're going to be fine. You're going to be okay. Things will start going down." She's like, "There could be physical symptoms." She said, "I don't think you've been on long enough to have them." She said, "You might." And the thing she had told me that I've seen again and again in like medical journals about prednisone, honestly, a lot of medication, right, is it depends on the person. What is your biochemistry that is
Yeah.
unique to you? And so during this, right, like, my wife takes off work a couple days to be home, keep an eye on me.
Yeah.
and I appreciate it. And I mean, I felt terrible that had to be done, but it had to be done. I have a golf cart, so I'm riding around my neighborhood on the golf cart, and I'm going to everything. I'm just trying to mellow out. I'm trying to calm myself as much as I can. You
Yeah.
know, my heart rate's slightly going down with each dose. Like, when I started 20s, I remember it was only like 100 beats. My resting beat was, so understand, my normal resting rate is, let's call it 55. Sometimes it's in the 40s. Sometimes it's in, like, peak is 55.
Okay.
I have low blood pressure. I'm a pretty chill person. I don't get too worked up about shit. You can't find kids, right? Like,
Yeah.
you just kind of carry the weight and move forward. It's like, it's not worth getting spun up over. Just keep moving. And because I was coming out of that midlife stuff, right, into the prednisone, I was in hell. So it wasn't just not sleeping. It was those racing thoughts had food that I'd just been going over. You know what I mean? Like taking a hard look at myself. And I was like, and I even remember before going to the doctor, like I'm sitting there, I was like, this is going to take a couple months to unpack this shit.
Yeah,
like
right.
it'll be okay. It's going to be okay. And then when I took the meds, I started unpacking it immediately. Like,
Yep.
no breaks, no rest, no sleep. This is what we're going to deal with. Everything. Let's start alphabetically.
Yeah. And that's a lot.
It was a lot. It's a lot, man. It's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot. I mean, everyone's life, there's a lot. Everyone's life is a lot. And I get that. And I just got to, I think the benefit was that I got to move all through all that in that way. I don't think to have done any permanent damage. Time will tell. So that's good. That's
how's the rash?
Gone. It was gone the first day. It's the size of a fucking quarter or a couple quarters. Like it was a nothing burger. And when I was looking online, I should have never been given that. I should have been given just a small steroid pack or maybe a shot.
A cream or something? You couldn't put a cream on it?
I was putting cream on it, and I didn't want to go, and I just kind of like acquiesce because again, I was, and I can see this now, I was emotionally exhausted. I was spiritually exhausted. I was physically exhausted from coming, through that. Like I was going through some real shit,
Yeah.
And looking at that and then going into the prednisone. And there's some other outlying factors. Like, I don't know if I should or shouldn't bring up, but we'll save it for another podcast because it's funny, it's funny. But I don't know. I also don't want to talk, anyway, we'll see. But so I go through all that and then I go through the prednisone and then I start getting off the prednisone and then like 5 milligram day, I'm feeling weird, but my heart rate's only in the 80s. And I'm like, oh yeah, we're moving towards something. And I'm just like racing thoughts, craziness. I'm just trying to focus, stay in the sunlight. I have a very large garden for a neighborhood. And I like tending my garden. So that's just what I'm doing. I'm barefoot, hippied out in the garden, just trying to maintain my sanity. And I'm like, all right, Saturday's going to be better. Wake up Saturday. I'm a little stiff. I'm like, oh, this is a side effect. Side effects, physical pain, stiffness. I read about this. Okay. Whatever. Sunday. Oh my God. Felt like I was put on a rack and all my joints were swollen. Everything, my knees, my ankles, my fingers, my elbows, my hips hurt so bad. I was like, what the fuck is going on? And so we go to church and, we go and see some friends. And the saddest thing is like we restarted church again recently, like out of the midlife crisis thing. Mm-hmm. So the first time I went to church was on prednisone. The second time was in prednisone withdrawal.
Oh gosh.
And the third time was like coming to the end of kind of everything. So I'm still a little fucked up. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I feel bad because no one there has really met me yet, which is okay. One of the things I went through, like in my psychology of the prednisone and dealing with my shit, was my church hurt from life and things, and keeping my family out because of the way I had things I'd gone through. And I was like, that's not right. It's not fair. So, I've apologized to a shitload of people. I've tried to make amends, take stock of the person that I was and the person I want to be and what it takes to be that person. Whether that be father, husband, brother, son, friend. Just man in general, right? Like I can be better. Yeah. And that's a huge thing that I've taken away. And I'm fortunate for that blessing. And I was hoping like after Sunday being sore, I was like, I'll be okay. Monday, soreness starts going away. Thinking, hey, I'm over the hurdle. Still having like irregular heartbeats, like it would just spike for no reason, and then it would come back down, and then racing thoughts would come and go, and I'm like, all right, but I'm coming to the end. I can do this. And my wife goes back. I'm just back to my normal life, running the kids around. We have things to do. I got to take them into the foot doctor, like I just referenced, so that I can hold them down so they can get their foot cut on, which is horrible. And then Tuesday, I have to take my kids to swim lessons. We haven't signed up for swim lessons all summer. And I kind of hate going to the swim lessons because there's a lot of stay-at-home moms there, and they're all bitches.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so there's 3 types of stay-at-home moms, and I will fucking pontificate about this multiple times. This is just really the first taste of anyone listening. First type of stay-at-home mom, I have full respect for it. They're polite, they're courteous, distant, whatever. They're not hanging out with the other moms. They're just there for their kids.
Happily married.
Happily
married. Yeah.
Happily married. Second stay-at-home mom, absolute thunder cunts. They're getting fat, right? They're not what they were. They hate fucking everyone. They obviously
hate themselves.
They hate themselves. They hate their kids. They hate life choices of how they've ended up. And then the third type of mom who sees a fucking stay-at-home husband hanging around and all she wants to do is fuck them. So if you're a dude listening to this, figure out, and you have a stay-at-home wife, figure out which one she is. And if you're a stay-at-home mom listening to that, I don't think that's true. You're the thunder cunt one. I hate to fucking tell you that. That's who you are. All right. I have 11 years of this as examples to go by, and everything in it is consistent.
Yeah.
But whatever. So I'm there, and there's like, it's like the pool party for this pool, like where they do the swim lessons at. So there's a lot of kids there. Kids are screaming, going around. You got the, stay-at-home moms who hate everyone, who don't give a fuck about their kids. You got the ones who are trying to fuck every guy that walks by, who obviously still doesn't care about their kids. So those little shits are running around wild. Whatever. Not my kids, not my monkey, not my circus, right?
Right.
And it's a stressful environment, though. And I'm coming out of some shit, and my head is still not together. And I recognize this. So I'm like, I'm not saying anything. I'm not doing anything. Like, normally I'd be like, hey, your kid, come on.
Yeah.
I'm the stay-at-home asshole dad. I'm also the dad who stays at home, who brings like a can of WD-40 in the van for like when the seesaw at the playground.
Oh, starts squeaking.
Yeah,
you're over there lubing it all up.
I did that yesterday. I was like, shh, shh. It's like, there we go.
There we go.
I don't have to hear that shit.
I just heard the Home Depot theme in the back of my head while you said that.
I'm that guy. I can tighten this up. Like I fix this gate.
Great.
I am that guy. So we're swim lessons are done. Kids had a good time. We're coming home, and I can just feel my heart take off, and I just like, all right, this isn't normal. Like this is stress. This is a hangover. I can keep it together. And as I'm driving, I'm like, this is Tuesday. I'm like, I might not be able to keep this together. And I was like, I have to keep it together in front of my kids, and that's my only thought. I'm just focused on getting home, getting them all inside. And I get them all inside, get them snacks, we get them water. Everyone's drying off, putting on clean clothes. And it's like, all right, you guys can just do whatever you want. You're good. You did all your homeschool this morning.
Yeah.
Have fun. And so they're playing video games, or I have a daughter that's crafting, and I have another one that's dressed up as Wonder Woman, and my sons are one's storming through the house as he does, and the other one's playing Minecraft or something, whatever. And I go outside and I start breaking down. I text my wife. It's like, I'm not okay. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm losing it right now. And I just start having a panic attack, like a straight up, no control over my emotions. No control over, like, I'm in full. It's very weird. I spent the whole morning, and I recognize it now from things that I used to do in my life. And it's weird that I don't recognize it now, or I didn't recognize it then. But obviously I was, had a lot of shit going on. I was in full fight or flight. My adrenaline was fully dumping.
Yeah.
The whole time I was there, I probably looked like a crazy person sitting at the fucking pool. Thank God for the sunglasses. And when I got home, the adrenaline was wearing off, and I was crashing, and I wasn't in control. And my wife immediately comes home, who she works very close. And I'm fortunate for that. And I tell her, I was like, hey, I don't know what's wrong with me. This isn't okay. I was like, but this is what I have. This is what I have to do right now. I'm going to get on the golf cart. I'm going to go right over to the Hilltop Cemetery. I'm going to get the fuck away from here. I have to. I'm so sorry. I can't be here. And she's like, okay, whatever, because she's worried. I mean, anyone who knows me knows these behaviors are not me.
No, not at all.
This is not who I am. And so I go up there, and one of the first people I call is you. Right? I know you've dealt with some shit. I know you've been through some shit. And I was like, I need my big sister right now more than anything. And I just call, and I'm weeping on the phone, which again, I look at it now and I was like, man, that must have scared the shit out of you. Because I know you were waiting to go into dinner, and that's not something that I do. You know what I mean? But I had to talk to somebody.
I'm glad you called.
I am too.
I'm glad you called.
Too. And then I called another buddy of mine who's dealt with some shit, and we talked for a minute. And then I called another friend who I'd talked to the week before when I was going through all the prednisone shit. I had to get shit off. And this guy has lived a life very parallel to mine. He's a little bit older than me. And he's someone I love dearly. His family, we've known him forever. And so I went and talked to him. And he just let me vent. He just let me go. And he understood where I was coming from on a lot of it, because he had gone through some midlife stuff a few years ago, like a decade ago. And it was good. It was good to have that, and he's like, I can't relate to the prednisone or what you're on. He's like, but everything else, he's like, this is X, this is Y, this is life. It's okay. And then the rest of this week, like, you came up Wednesday and Thursday.
Yeah.
Which I was very thankful for. And we talked a bunch Wednesday, which was fantastic. It was good for my soul. And Thursday, I just kind of bebopped around. Thursday, I got sued.
Yeah, you got served.
Fucking served.
Yeah. That's fucking timing, man.
Oh, man. I was like, okay. Fucking.
It rains, it pours.
Yeah. Yeah. One of the things I found after coming off this drug is, like, it's not so much the control of the emotion, it's the control of the response. Like, when I was triggered and stressed out, instead of just kind of pushing it off and going, my body made too many receptors, and it's taking in too much of that cortisol that I'm producing, which is good that it was producing cortisol. It means, I didn't have some catastrophic reaction. My body just had to learn to manage this again. And it's been doing that. I'm definitely, like, this week is an easy mode week for me.
You still gotta take it easy, though.
I still have to take it easy. Yeah, like, it's the wayward thoughts still come and go, but like yesterday it was twice. So that's so much better. And
it's better than an hour straight.
Yeah, it's better than being locked down for 3 hours, reliving the same, mistakes and bullshit and grievances and wrongs that you've done. And it just,
that living in the past, man, that's misery.
Oh, yeah. Misery. Like,
it's misery.
I think, and I'm much better off now. And I know once all this is fully through, which it's not fully through yet. I'm not foolish enough to make that proclamation. But I'm in the 90% range, right?
Yeah.
I'm inching towards that finish line. My faith was a big thing. And that was something I dealt a lot with through it. And I think that's what got me through. I've been kind of bitter about a lot of things. And then once I was able to let that go and look through the lens which defines my life, it helped. It helped tremendously. It helped me find some mercy and some grace for myself. It helped me realize that, yeah, I did things in my life that I'm not proud of. Like, everybody has.
Everybody. We're all just humans.
Yeah. Man. I get that, but I think the thing for me wasn't so much saying that. Like, that didn't help me feel better. What helped me feel better, what helped me, is to understand, like, in my heart, that the fact that I feel conviction and shame, and I'm trying to repent for it and, like, make amends, that I can't believe I let things go this way, or I did this, or whatever. It came just from, like, watching different videos and stuff, but it was a realization that shame is the mark of someone who is honorable. And because at that point I didn't feel that way. you know, and I've kind of always lived my life that way. Like I like you had said it once before, like I carry a suit of armor with me and things just kind of bounce off. And I didn't have any on. You know what I mean? I didn't have any on. And I just wasn't feeling me. And I'm like, is everything a lie? Is everything a lie? And that got in my head and that was beating me up. And this kind of that subtle voice, which I believe is the Lord, and I believe was with me in that moment, is like, you know, that's the mark of honor. That's the fact that you can feel shame and you can feel guilt and you're trying to be better. There's a shitload of people who feel no shame, no guilt, and they move through oblivious.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
Yeah, and it's fucking, I mean, honestly, it's kind of amazing. You know what I mean? Like on a certain level, this is impressive.
The amount of excuses that people make for their behavior and justify it to themselves, and that they have no conscience. They carry no weight with the things that they do, the things that they say, the lies that they tell, because they justify it to themselves.
Correct.
And they also deflect, I think, you know, they're not going to understand it, so I'll just tell them I did this instead, or, you know, or just all the petty shit. I think a lot of people, that just can't be real.
Yeah. I mean, and owning it to yourself is the most important thing. That's something I took away. Like I had to own things to myself, my actions, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That I would have before just kind of push off or, yeah, I'm not happy about that and I'm sorry, but I kind of move and I never really chewed on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And once I've chewed on it, I'm like, there's a root of this that isn't this. This is the manifestation of something else.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was good. You know, the guilt and the shame and the sorrow, the genuine sorrow.
Yeah, I've never seen you like that before.
I've never been like that.
I've never. Yeah, when you called me Tuesday night, and it's another thing I'm grateful for is that I think we don't wear each other out too much. I mean, literally, we talk to each other, 4 or 5 times a week on the regular, but we don't call each other just to ask something stupid or to say something stupid. For that, we use the text, so you can get to it whenever you want to, or we send a stupid TikTok or something like that. But I always answer when you call, and you always answer when I call, and I feel like that's kind of a powerful gift, really. It lets me know, like, I can count on you. Like, now you are 2.5 hours away, so there's that. So there's only so much you can do, you know, in a pickle. But yeah, like, I know if I call you, if you see that it's me, you're gonna answer, and vice versa. If I see it's you, so like when you called, I literally had my AirPod in. I was watching TikToks. I was waiting for my husband to show up at the bar. Like I wasn't at the bar, but I was at one of those tables around at Jonathan's, you know, waiting for him to show up. I like to get there early so I can drink a drink or two before he gets there. And my nephew drops him off, so then we go home in my car and he drives me home. So it's like it's a perfect win-win. But that's all I was doing when you called, and there's no way I'm not going to answer when I'm sitting at the restaurant and I see it's you. And that was not what I expected. The tone, your sound was not what I expected. You know, you are my little brother. You are a lot younger than me. And in a lot of ways, you know, I was kind of like another mama for you growing up. You were another little kid for me, you know, because I had to watch you so much. So there's a lot of that. You're my brother and I love you, but I also have that, like, I have to protect him and I have to take care of him and I have to fuck up anybody who tries to fuck with my baby brother, you know. But it was you. There's nobody for me to beat up. It's just you. And I'm really proud of you. I'm really proud of you.
I appreciate it. I showed up at my buddy's doorstep. He knew something was up when I texted him because and we talked about it afterwards. He's like, said something similar, very similar to you. He's like, you don't say things like this. Like, he's like, I knew something was wrong.
Yeah.
And so he came over and he kind of had the house cleared out so we could sit down and talk. And I showed up and I was just a basket case, you know, and I could just see it in his face. He's like, holy shit. You know what I mean? Like, whoa. Yeah. But I felt lighter after that. I felt better. You know, when you came up here and we talked, I felt so much better. I did. I'm still raw in my emotions. I still don't have that disconnect. And maybe that's a fucking good thing.
Well, I mean, you can't heal if you can't feel it. You
know?
know?
I mean, it's it's most of my life is disconnect. You know what I mean? Because it has to be. Just fuck, it
Well,
has to be.
that's how we
You know,
survived our childhood.
it's how I survived life. You know, but at this point of comfort, like the thing I have on my hand is time.
Yeah.
And I think I've been avoiding some reflection for a couple years, especially as my oldest, right? My oldest is 11. He'll turn 12 in a couple months, but he's 11. And he is close to age. Not the same, he's older, but he's close to age when our dad left, right? Like you were an adult or a teenager. Technically, you're an adult, but you're still, I mean, as we see it now, 18, 19 is not an adult. You're still a fucking kid.
Yeah, I was 18.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was 18 when Dad left. Yeah.
Yeah, you're still a kid.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was 10.
Yeah.
9, 10, turning 10. And so I look at that, and then I look at the confrontations and things that had happened with Dad when I was older. Like, he was around my age.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
maybe a little younger? No.
A little younger. Well, yeah.
Well, no. No, because I had me when he was super young.
We're in those age brackets.
You're right there close, yeah.
We're in the age bracket. And that's something that my son went to 4-H camp. And it got to dawning on me, like I went to 4-H camp when I was his age. And I was thinking to myself, like, in 7 years, he's 18. You know, my youngest son in 7 years will be, or then was 7 years, 6 years now. So 7 years-ish, he'll be my son's age, my oldest son's now.
Yeah.
And I was just like, that really got things moving. And there was a host of other things. And I realize now that like certain behaviors I had that seemed weird, I was doing everything I can to avoid dealing with something I just never dealt with in my life. You know, and thanks to prednisone, I didn't get to avoid it as much as I would have liked. Holy shit.
Pushed you off a cliff.
Holy shit.
Said, dive in and deal, baby.
Yeah. Oh, you don't know how to swim. Don't worry. It's just the ocean. Figure it out.
Yeah. Do you know how to survive? Yeah.
Gonna find out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's where it is. You know, I've wrestled it down now through the grace of God. I believe that through the grace of God. To through it, and I get it. And the thoughts that still come at me now seem more akin to a spiritual-esque attack than the symptom of things I was dealing with before. It's really just a perfect confluence of storms.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was also given, so I guess I can throw. I'm not going to say what the item was. I'm not going to do that for a lot of reasons. But it was.
Don't get us shut down before we get started.
No, I'm not going to talk about it. But I was given a genuine cursed object by some of my friends for my birthday.
Maybe 2.
Really 4. There's a couple others I haven't mentioned from other people that were all in that same bracket. And everybody said the same fucking things. I saw it and I just thought of you. And I was like, that's fucking weird. You know what I mean?
You're fucking weird. Like, you like weird shit. And
I do, but I don't like that shit. You know, but whatever. I understand everybody involved's heart was in the right place. Yeah. That's what matters. There was no malice. These things just came into my possession and they were genuine fucking haunted. Like
I can tell you, I know we're not saying what it is, but I found your gift in an antique shop in a downtown small city in Georgia, in the outskirts of Atlanta. and honestly, when I saw it and I did think of you, I just thought if you had this, you would be that personality, like show your buddies, you know what I mean? How you would be like, this is so cool. Let me pull it out and show you guys this. I didn't think about where it had been. I didn't think about what it could have collected along the way. So,
you know, that is the exact same thing my other friends said, who pulled together to get something. Like, dude, it like came into our lap. You know what I mean? Like, we had an opportunity and we're like, you know who this would be hilarious to give to.
Yeah. And they were right. Like, it was epic gift. It really was.
Epic gift. an epic gift that is
Was.
and there was 2 other.
It's definitely irreplaceable now.
Yeah, it's gone. All that shit got burned.
Gosh.
It and I got 2 other things, right, that were in that same vein. And it's I don't know. You know,
Spit it out. What are
I
you
was
holding
in my
back?
no, we need to hold back on these
No, I
things.
don't mean say what they are. I just like, what are you trying to hold back on right
Oh,
now?
no, like, well, all my kids were sleeping in the living room, where I was storing these things outside in a metal can out in a shed was the furthest possible place they could be from it. All of them started having nightmares. My wife started having nightmares. Some bumpy stuff started going on in the house. I was already having nightmares, or I wasn't sleeping at all. So I and normally, like, I like to think of myself, I'm a pretty sensitive and in tune dude to shit like that. You know what I
You
mean? Like,
you always have been. Yeah.
always have been. I was too busy. I was busy wrestling my own demons at this moment, and they were kicking my ass.
Oh.
Like, uh,
They didn't help, that's for sure.
this shit did not help,
No, they might
you
have
know?
brought a little bit of an energy source to what you were the demons you were
100%.
already. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%, in a vulnerable state.
And I know that sounds crazy, but
Fuck
it is
off.
what it is.
If yeah,
Yeah.
he's like,
If you
"Well, that
don't
doesn't,"
believe it,
fuck
okay,
off.
fine.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Cool for you. You
Yeah.
know, fucking,
I believe it though. Like,
yeah.
yeah, energy is
I
real.
I do too. I do too.
Mhm.
Uh, and all of that shit had bad energy,
Yeah.
an unbelievable amount. Uh, and I wouldn't say haunted. I'm not haunted is the wrong word. Like, there wasn't, like, paranormal. This shit straight up cursed. This is things that should be burned. And so the fucking hilarity of the story was when I tried to burn it, it wouldn't fucking burn. And I was just like, and the weirdest thing is, like, going to burn it. I remember I was in such a fog,
Which
right?
to be fair, I mean, I know we're not saying what it is, but to be fair, it should have gone up in flames.
Oh, I should have fucking
It should have just yeah.
I should have.
Like, and that makes it hard to understand, but yeah, it
It
should
makes it
have
very hard.
just
And I used some, like, chainsaw fuel, which is, like, half oil, half fuel, mixed, and I doused everything. And, like, I have these fancy Zippos that I got, which are great, you know?
yeah, yep.
Uh, yeah, I gave you one. Like, they're fucking
2, I
awesome.
got 2.
2, there you go, yeah.
Yep.
They're fucking awesome.
Mhm.
Uh, and Zippos wouldn't work. And so I went back to the porch, and I'm like, "Is this fucking thing out of fuel? Like this?" And I'm in a fog. Like, I'm out of this. This is, I think, when I'm on the 10 milligram prednisone, so I'm still weird. And my wife is with me, and she's like, "I'll help you." She can't get the fucking lighter to light. I have several of them because I knew this Zippo guy that was a Zippo distributor salesman guy, and he got laid off, and they let him keep all the samples. So I got to buy all the really cool Zippos for fucking nothing.
Mm.
And, like, we go over to the porch, it lights. I'm like, "Oh, okay." So, like, as I take it back over there, it fucking goes out. I'm like, "All right. All right." So I get a piece of cardboard, douse it in some fuel, take it over to the porch, light it, walk back over, throw it on the items. Goes out. I'm like, "What the fuck is going on?" And like, at this point, I'm realizing something's weird. I can tell my wife is a little uneasy. And so I do it again. This time it goes. And it's just, like, barely going. And I'm just like, "What the fuck?" It's going, it's going. I'm just kinda sitting there, and all of a sudden it takes off. Like, it really, like a rocket takes off. And I was just like, "Oh, that's unusual." We take a couple steps back. I'm, like, spraying the grass around it, you know what I mean? Because it's a
Yeah.
hell of the flame's as tall as I am, you know what I mean? And we're talking this is a, you know, 9-inch box on the ground, you know what I mean? Like, metal box, an ammo can-esque thing, you know? And And then it starts to die down, and I get one of the machetes out that I use for, clearing brush and stuff, and I start tossing it. It goes up again, and I'm letting it go. By the time it's done, there's nothing left but chars. Like, it burned fucking everything, which I also thought was interesting because there's barely any ash. The ash that was left in there was the plastic bag that everything was wrapped in.
Oh, that's strange.
Everything else was gone. 2 of the objects were metal, and I chucked them in the river with moving water because there's nothing you really do about that, right? And then as soon as that was done, like there was a light feeling to the house, and then we had this crazy thunderstorm burst over the house with like lightning and wind and fucking rain, and we weren't supposed to get any rain that day, just weird thunderstorm. Take it however you fucking want. It was wild.
Yeah.
It was wild. Yeah.
You're on the up and up now. Your house is on the up and up now.
All the kids. So this is the fucking wildest thing. We never told the kids the things that I got. 'Cause you're not going to tell kids that kind of shit.
Yeah.
They didn't know. But after we burned it, you know what everyone did that night? Went back to their bedrooms. Everybody had great sleep. No problems. Except for me.
Yeah.
Whatever. But I have outliers. Everybody else slept like babies. Yeah, that's it. That's that is all the shit to the shit through the shit, and now I'm here. And we were doing a podcast, which I know you were also slightly worried that I'm having like a fucking breakdown as we've been talking about doing this. I might not be doing it. And that was a prevailing thought. I'll be honest. It was a prevailing thought in my head there for a while. Like, you can't do this. You can't do this. Like, you're done. I used to have another podcast back in the day, and it was like, you're done. Like, just stop. Just you're gonna waste her time. You're gonna waste everyone's time. And I was just like, it's weird because at a certain point, I got so tired of wrestling the thoughts. I just, in my own mind, sat down, and that's when I realized, like, I don't know where these fucking things are coming from, but it's not me. Like, whoa. Yeah.
Welcome to mental health issues. That's what it feels like. The anxiety that you've experienced for the first time, that's all our people dealing with it daily.
Yeah. Once I got rid of those items, like the binding, binding in my chest that felt like tension and felt like electricity going from shoulder to shoulder, which also could have been from my ridiculous kettlebell workout I was trying to pass out from. I acknowledge that went away. The house, everything I felt lighter. I felt like, oh, I can, for the first time, if I'm honest, after we burnt that stuff, for the first time, I thought to myself, I can make it through this. I can make it through this. Like, this is, I got this.
Yeah.
And when I was on the prednisone, and I told you this, and it was the weirdest thing, I felt like for the first time in my life, I couldn't feel God in my heart. I felt alone. Which I've never felt that way. These feelings are all new to me.
Which is, that's it's crazy to me in a way that those feelings are new to you, and at the same time it's sad, and I wish that you would continue to go on not experiencing any of that crap.
Me too.
Yeah.
But it's good too, man. It's given me an outlook that is now filtered by a mercy and grace towards people struggling with shit that I've never had. I'll be the first one to admit I've never had. Like, I would always think like, I've been through fucking horrible shit. You keep moving.
Yeah.
That's 100% been my motto.
Yeah.
And I look back on it and I was like, fucking what an insensitive prick I've been. Because there are people who deal with this on the regular.
You've given me a lot of shit over the years about like silly shit, like just going to therapy or talking about a feeling or something. And so there's been times you've kind of shut that shit down. And
yeah.
Okay. I guess I need to be tougher.
Yeah. Be fucking tougher. Yeah. It's, and I feel bad about it. I feel bad. I do. I'm sorry for that.
Yeah.
I get that people have to heal these things in their own way. For me, it's, I don't know, maybe I've read too many history of fucking psychology books to get into therapy, when I think therapy is a good friend, or like I didn't call therapist. I didn't call mental health. I called my sister.
Yeah.
I called some of my best friends. I talked to my wife. I talked to the people in my life whose judgment I will listen to, because at this moment I can't listen to mine.
Yeah.
To me, so that's for me. But if people have found therapists that work for them, cool. You found somebody to talk to. And I get that not everyone has these people in their lives.
I mean, I got very fortunate, but my therapist was recommended by my OBGYN, who had been my OBGYN for 15 years already, had delivered 2 of my children. She knew me pretty well, and when I went to her, I went to every doctor trying to figure out what was wrong with me and why I was having panic attacks. She was just another one in the line. Let's go get my hormones and everything tested. And went past her because everything came back fine. And then a different doctor finally said, I think you need to talk to somebody. I didn't know what to do with that. So I went back to the OBGYN doctor because she's the only one that I really trusted as a doctor. And she's like, well, I know somebody, I know a therapist, and I've known her for a long time. And I feel like your personalities would really go well together. And she was right. I was terrified, but it was a good one for me. But there are so many different types of therapy out there. There's so, yeah. My husband's been doing energy therapy for years now. I tried it. It's not my thing.
Yeah.
My therapy is not his thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Mine is talking to the people I love and trust and value. And I've meditated heavily on like Christ and the teachings of Christ. And it's helped me find forgiveness in myself.
Yeah.
Because that's what I realized. I realized it wasn't Christ. It wasn't the people in my life that I've wronged or hurt or inadvertently or advertently, or, everybody's been a bitch or a dumbass or a piece of shit. And they're like, we all have. I get that. I'm not saying that as a scapegoat to lessen things that I have or haven't done. You know what I mean? I have to take personal accountability for that. And my problem was always not letting those things go because I knew in my heart, like I have to own that, to myself. And that's hard. Like it's nobody wants to see themselves in that light. And the reality is, like, I remember talking to my wife, and I love her so much. She told me, she's like, honey, she's like, I love you, but if you told someone, and my wife and I are we're not touchy-feely kind of people.
Yeah.
We're just not.
Just not affectionate like that. Like,
no, we're not. I mean, we hug. Like, I'll hug her all the time. Like, I guess maybe I'm saying it's like emotional. Like,
you're not mushy.
We're not mushy. Like, we're silly and things like that, but we're not.
You're not sappy.
Yeah, we're not sappy. And she's like,
no baby talk.
Oh no, I mean goofy talk, fart jokes or shit like that. Yeah.
No. I mean,
hey
baby, you come sit by me. Oh, I hate that shit so much.
No, we don't do that. No, I've never done that. So, like she told me, she's like, these things that are bothering you. She's like, these aren't really things. And I was like, I know that they don't appear to be to you, and probably to the most of people, but they are to me. Like they are to me. I'm better than that. You know what I mean? I'm better than that. And like that helped. Honestly, talking about this now helps tremendously. I really feel like the suffering and the pain was a worthwhile experience that I just needed to go through. I needed it. I needed to. I had so much scar tissue built up and so much, and you hurt your shoulder. You can keep going.
Yeah.
Right. And you're doing more damage, but you can keep going. You can keep going for a long time until you can't.
Yeah.
And then you're going to go to the doctor and they're just going to rip all that scar tissue apart. They're going to tear it out. They're going to cut it out. It's going to fucking hurt. They're going to stitch it all back together. And then there you go. Right. Now you got to recover. Take it easy. You're building that back up. And I feel like that's where I am right now. I'm building that back up.
Yeah.
It was wild. I've never
really
felt vulnerable like that. Thank you. I've never felt vulnerable like that in my life. Like I was. Like when you came over and we're talking on the porch, that's not fucking me. Like but maybe it is. Maybe it should be. Maybe it should be. Maybe the version of me that I've been existing as that's fucking, just deflects and is not the best version. It's the one that's got through a lot of shit.
Yeah,
it kept me alive.
It's who you've learned to be. It's how you've learned to protect yourself and get through it, be strong for everybody around you. But at some point, that shit catches up to you.
Yeah.
You're only as strong as you can be, and you need a hug. You need somebody to look out for you. You need somebody to worry about you and take care of you. And that's
I need to be a priority.
Yeah.
I need to be a priority.
And as a stay-at-home parent, that shit falls through the cracks so fast.
Yeah. It really does. I mean, and I
Mhm.
can't. I definitely. Yeah. I need to be a priority. That's not coming at my wife in any kind of way. I mean, it may
no.
sound that way, but I'm definitely not.
No.
She's awesome. Like, she'll come in and I let she comes in and takes with the kids. I take a step back and I just let her have that. So that's, evenings momming time, evenings are, bedtime. She'll always have that with them because I realize I'm getting an opportunity to be at home with my kids, and it is an opportunity. And my buddy, who was a stay-at-home dad, who the dude I went and talked to, he's like, as men, we deal with a certain issue. Like, how come you're not out doing this? How come you're not out doing that? And I did go out and do those things as part-time and this and that and it was like, is it fucking worth? Like, I would be states away for a couple weeks and I would just think to myself, is this fucking worth it? Is this worth it? Like, I don't have to be doing this bullshit. I'm only doing this to feed my ego, and I bring in money too. My wife's a fucking genius who's a rock star. And I'm blessed for that. You know what I mean? Her life is one of executive pathways. That's who she is. It's unbelievable. Genuinely is unbelievable. I couldn't fucking do it. I'll tell you that right now. Couldn't do it. I'd handle that job for 30 minutes before they'd be like, all right, we got to get rid of this asshole.
No, you could do it. You just wouldn't want to. It's not your thing. Like,
I genuinely don't think I could. I genuinely do. I'm not. And that's something I had to accept to myself. Like, there are things that are in my wheelhouse. That's not one of them.
Yeah.
I can't. That type of executive leadership, I'm the wrong guy. I'm the wrong guy. I'm not a compromise guy. I'm a stubborn bastard. It's my way. Like, that's,
Well, I think you're a rock star at this whole stay-at-home dad thing.
Thank you.
I
do
think
make good sourdough bread.
You are. I don't know about that.
You're just a picky fucking eater. All right.
I'm a picky fucking eater, but dude, like, no, that first time when you were making it, you were like, here, eat this. And I was like, ugh. And then you were like, well, here, eat this one. I was like, ugh. And you're like, well, fine. Here's my, like, you had one that was good that you weren't going to like share because you knew it was the good one. You were just trying to give me the bullshit that you knew was bullshit. So somebody would take it.
I was trying recipes.
Well,
is what it is. I'm a good gardener. There's that.
Okay, that being said, all those veggies that I brought home last week have all been dispersed. Mike ate one of the cucumbers and put it in his salad last night. And I tell you what, I could smell that cucumber when I walked into the kitchen.
Oh, yeah,
it was so good. Like, yeah, you've got a great garden.
Yeah, I love my garden. I'm going to do some garlic here soon in October. But yeah, there's the, I just have to find comfort in that. And that's the thing for me.
I'm glad you're feeling better.
I am.
I'm glad you burnt that shit.
Yeah. It was a trip, man. I was like, what's the worst that could happen?
Especially, like we don't need any of that bad mojo around when we go do our adventures and stuff. We don't need that. So
God, my wife said something. She's like, maybe you'll be more sensitive when you guys go do the ghost hunt and stuff and some of those things. I was like, I don't know that I need that shit. Like, it never occurred to me, but what if I am a little more sensitive now? What if, those walls were there for a fucking reason?
The stars are aligning.
I fucking hope not. It's, whatever. We are going to do a ghost hunt. The ghost hunt's going to be awesome. We have an awesome opportunity. Almost nobody gets. We'll be by ourselves in a huge building. I forget how many tens of thousands of square feet this old hospital is.
Yeah.
I can't think of it off the top of my head. I know the owner. He's a friend, and he's allowed us to go and do this. Just us, right? Most of these places, when you see people go on any kind of TV show or anything, they have people there. Right? Like there's people there. They give you the tour. They're doing all this kind of shit. We're not going to have that. We're just going to go in. We get to go in cold. We get to go in wherever we would like to go.
Yeah.
That isn't locked off for safety reasons, which I get. It's an old abandoned hospital. I've been to this place a couple times before. We're going to get activity. You've been buying ghost hunting tools, toys, fun things,
Yeah.
gadgets. I have some already. We're figuring out how to film it, and this is going to be awesome. I'm looking forward to doing this with my big sister. It's going to be fun. I can't wait to send you down that hallway in the hospital that is 1 city block long by yourself.
It's crazy because I'm like super sort of excited, like I'm a fucking 12-year-old kid or something. And then like that, mature, responsible part of me is like, what the fuck are you doing?
that's the logical side of your brain.
Well, the 12-year-old's winning because I can't wait.
No, it's good. It's good. And not only that, like we got good inroads to do other places too. If this goes well and people likes it, people be liking it. But I've been doing voices. My daughter loves to do voices. She's built like whole characters of voices and given them names.
I have names for my voices too.
Yeah. So it's good. It's going to be fun. We have it for the whole night. You got to see it when you were here. We went and took a ride on the golf cart because it's in my town. So we got to see it properly, right? Yeah. Like, yeah, it's fucking huge, man. It is so, and it's a maze. That's my real fear is that we get lost.
Yeah.
Like it's especially at night, because there's no electricity. Like it's out.
So this whole thing they were recording, we can like stop and edit different places, right? Like afterwards,
if
before
you want,
we like,
you don't have to.
Okay, because I almost feel like we should like keep some of this. We shouldn't talk too much about the ghost stuff. That's a whole nother. We're like over an hour. We should like that could be like a whole thing we start talking about. And
yeah, well, we can take a break. Stop. You want to kill it?
Yeah, I gotta go get my nails done with Alyssa.
All right. Well, let's say kill it. I'm gonna go over here, and you can do it too. You have the access where it says "in recording."
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it'll ask you to,